Thank you for this wonderful opportunity to talk about the future of agriculture, and I would extend also the concept, if it is possible, to how this agriculture and the new development of this industry will have an impact and a role in the future of our cities. I will go through a few slides, but I really do not want to spend many words on the amazing figures and concepts that I have just heard by the former speakers. I refer also in particular to Giovanni that talk about the need for a cultural switch in our farming approach, which probably needs also to be promoted through incentives. He used the word incentives, which I like, because today we are used to consider subsidies instead of incentives. The difference is that subsidy is something that is provided to farmers just to keep farming, while incentives is something that promote the change. And this change is for sure linked to sustainability. I will talk later why sustainability is, in our opinion, the key driver for the future of agriculture. But I spend a few words on this slide I'm sharing with you because I believe, apart from a must, sustainability is also a huge opportunity. It's a huge opportunity for us, for our generation, and for the generations to come. Also because it involves, if we talk about food circularity of the economy, it involves a lot of aspects of our life, from the farming activities to the transformation of food, to the recovery of the organic, of the biological waste, and all the innovation that is required. So, what I want to focus this presentation on is to share with you the experience we have done and we are doing in order to promote this sustainability. I will show you later on how we have done in the last 25 years a large experiment that is exactly in this direction. But before reaching the results that we have, that we will share with you, I want to share with you this slide where I try to summarize why sustainability is fundamental and is a crucial aspect in both in the farming activities as well as the large cities development. Because today we see that there is a contrast between the large cities that are forecasted to grow despite the COVID. The forecast foresee something like 20% of the population to move from rural areas to urban city centers in the coming 30 years, which is a massive transformation, which requires a massive transformation of our cities or our rural areas, and will stress also the relationship between there's cities that are growing and will keep growing with all the agricultural land that are surrounding the cities, which are already, let's say, most of them are already compromised. And will require to even produce more, while already in big part degraded. If we take just the United Nations figures, they foresee the need for food production to grow by 60% in the coming 30 years, while we have already 1/3 of the land already degraded. So has lost or is losing most of its fertility over the last decades. So the suburbs in this way are seen what we see that they are not capable to provide any service to the cities. They are just trying to keep producing food, but they are not capable to provide any service to the city. So there is this contrast between the suburbs and the cities. What we have experienced in NeoruraleHub is that this contrast can be transformed through innovation in a cooperation. So the suburbs can be transformed and planned and designed and lived as a resource for the cities that will grow, and by growing will require additional food, additional power, additional place where people living in cities can go and take a breath. There is a much importance in the water management, for example, in the waste management. There's many activities that cannot be done within the cities, but can be effectively done around the city, in those suburbs that are today degraded, while they can be a stronger source. And this concept is exactly what we have done in Neorurale. We have a huge experience here in Italy, where we have developed a large project extending over more than 1,700 hectares just outside Milano. And there's in this picture, these are the figures that we reached thanks to this experiment that lasted 25 years now, where we transformed this area that was just an agricultural land into something providing services from power to food, to biodiversity, to CO2 storage, and many, let's say, other elements that have been developed in an area, promoting the cooperation with the suburban, with the nearby cities. And you will see better in this slide, where you can see in the smaller picture on top of left of the main picture, you see this area back in '96. It was just what we call agricultural desert. So a place where there is no more space for nature, there is just heavy intensive farming. We transformed, thanks to the European subsidy, actually, we transformed this area into the one that you see in the bigger picture, where we recreated the agricultural landscape of, let's say, before the industrialization of agriculture. So we created rivers, we created lakes, we created many infrastructure, natural infrastructure, that were there before human was able to devastate these areas. And the positive message that we got is that nature, just when is, let's say, allowed to prosper, it can recover very, very quickly the damages that we have done in the decades. So in just 20 years, it was able to recover the biodiversity that was there back 1,000 years ago. And we have been certified as the first agricultural company in Italy in biodiversity. And you can see in the picture also the increase in soil fertility, in biodiversity. And this is actually something that we have tested here in Italy, and we are now seeing that there is a huge change in the approach. It's something that can be exported as a way to do farming and to do city and to planning city development. So creating a strong cooperation between the two, and with all the stakeholders around that can be part or must be part actually of this design in order to create this food circularity. So the waste, the biological waste produced by the city can be transformed in something to fertilize the land, that can produce in a sustainable way the food that is then consumed in the city, and the same at the same time producing power, at the same time producing services on the water management. So there is really a cooperation that through innovation and through also cultural innovation and culture can be make real. We have done this in Italy. It's something that is also economically sustainable. So why I started talking a difference between subsidy and incentive, because we have to incentivize a change in order then to make the transformation be sustainable also from an economical point of view. We have tested this is feasible, we have the technology, and so we should actually push on the accelerator to transform our economy into this new era. Thanks.
Thank you, Luca, for your speech, and congratulations for your project.